What's going on, guys? My name is Jesse. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'll be releasing weekly content in regards to e-commerce, Shopify dropshipping, and everything online entrepreneurship. If you haven't started a Shopify store yet, be sure to check the link in the description. I'm giving free store audits for anybody that signs up and buys a plan using that link. And there's a small commission that's earned that I invest back into the channel for free giveaways, more powerful content, and stuff like that. So be sure to take advantage of that. I actually have an interview with the people that are on the team of one of my dream mentors tonight. So I'm trying to actually get into his ecosystem and kind of over the months kind of work my way into eventually earning a mentorship with the person that I'm actually interested in having mentorship with. But it's not as easy as just contacting somebody and asking for mentorship. You're not going to get anywhere with that, and actually you might kind of ruin your chances if you do. I've had some mentorships in the past, and it's kind of a cool relationship, a friendship, and almost like a brotherhood that you can establish with a mentor, and it's a lot of fun. So in today's video, I want to kind of go over my strategy on how to find a mentor. There is a strategy, but it also needs to come off organically, because think about it, a mentor has everything that they need. What benefit is it for them to actually mentor you? So let's teleport back to my house. Let's go on the whiteboard and I'll show you some of my strategy, all right? Let's go. All right, guys, so don't worry about if you can't read this. I'm going to be going over everything here. The notes are mostly for myself, but first I want to talk about the types of mentors there are. You have kind of like the professor type of mentor, you have like the staff of a company type of mentor, and you have the actual direct type of mentor. Now, the professors kind of go over like the theory of business or whatever topic you're trying to learn. The professors haven't actually necessarily implemented whatever they're teaching you in college, but maybe they're knowledgeable on the topic. But being as they haven't actually implemented any of the information that they're teaching you, it's not one of the most valuable types of mentors you could get. It's better than nothing. They've studied a bunch, but it's not going to be as good as learning from someone that has actually implemented whatever they're teaching you. The second type of mentor is like maybe a staff member of a really successful entrepreneur. So for example, like Steven Larson worked directly alongside with Russell Brunson and was actually the lead funnel builder for Russell Brunson at ClickFunnels. And Steven Larson is of course a lot more than just a staff sort of level mentor, but that's just an example of the type of mentor. You have the staff type of mentors that have worked alongside or worked under very successful people. So if we're talking about like Steve Larson before he became really successful and he was working at ClickFunnels right next to Russell Brunson, that might have been a decent time to meet him and like utilize him for his knowledge as a entrepreneur and a mentor. But then you have like the third kind of mentor where it's like the actual direct mentor, like the type of entrepreneur that has actually implemented everything that they're teaching you. Now, Steve Larson is in that category now, but as you can see, the most powerful type of mentor is going to be the type of mentor that has actually implemented everything they're trying to teach you. But at the end of the day, what you really want to go for is a mentor that is all three. Steven Larson would now be all three, just as an example, because he has the theory, he actually worked with Russell Brunson directly, and he's actually implemented everything that he's learned. And I'm actually going to get Steven Larson on the channel for an interview at some point, I think. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. But you can see how beneficial it would be if you have somebody that has all the theory, that has actually worked with successful entrepreneurs and actually has implemented everything that they're teaching. But before you actually decide to choose a mentor, you want to kind of keep in mind, how much money do you earn? How far are you in the entrepreneurship journey? You might be earning anywhere from 0 to 3,000, maybe 3,000 to 10,000 per month, 10,000 to 500,000 per month, 500,000 to $1 million per month, or maybe more than $1 million per month. Everybody wants to jump in, and a lot of people want to invest in a mentor, spend thousands of dollars when they're first starting out to get some online bullshit guru that says that they're gonna change your life. But it's incredibly important to remain patient. I've been in business 2 years. I've never invested in a mentor. And a lot of that was because I was stubborn and I thought that I could learn everything on my own. And I did learn a lot on my own. And it's been beneficial to have that trial and error to a certain extent. But when you get to a certain point, it's really time to like take things to the next level. And to be able to do that, you're gonna need a mentor. Hey, time out real quick. I wanna expand on that a little bit. Because when you invest in a mentor, half the thing is like some of this stuff you might be able to learn on your own by just like researching it and like free YouTube videos and stuff like that. But if you get a good mentor, you'll actually be able to get their connections, what they've gathered over the 10 years that have really made their progress streamlined. So they get to pass that on to you, which is incredible. You get to be a part of their masterminds and be able to surround yourself with people that are a lot more successful than you. And that's really where the power comes from. It's not just somebody that's teaching you something and just like coaching you through everything. That would be a coach and not an actual mentor. So there's a lot of power in having a mentor. But you could actually streamline the process and skip some of the bullshit that I went through by actually implementing this sort of idea here. Look at it like a set of stairs. If you're at the bottom of the stairs and you're making anywhere from $0 to $3,000 a month, you don't need to jump up to the top stair and find somebody that's making multiple millions per month. Would it be awesome if you're starting out and then you got a multi-millionaire to mentor you directly? Yeah, it'd be awesome, but it's going to be difficult for them. It's going to be difficult for you because neither of you guys are on the same page with language. If you're brand new to entrepreneurship, or let's say you're interested in marketing, digital marketing, you would need to find somebody that's making just one step above you. That would be ideal. Somebody that's making $3,000 per month so that you can go from zero to then take a step up and be pulled up by that mentor to reach the goal of reaching $3,000 per month. And then once you're established making a solid $3,000 per month, you need to find somebody that's making $10,000 per month, and so on and so on. Patrick Bet-David explained it like if you were interested in exercising and interested in going to the gym, would you want to jump and pay thousands of dollars to the best bodybuilder coach in the world? Not necessarily. You just need to get familiar with the weights and get in there and get comfortable with everything. Maybe somebody that is just a step ahead of you in the gym can kind of mentor you and guide you to get you familiar with the entire processes there. So it's important to remain patient, find out what step you're on, and just find somebody that is where you want to go that could bring you up to the next level. If you're not patient and you don't go this route, then you risk being taken advantage of from some bullshit online guru that's going to charge you thousands of dollars that has not actually implemented anything that they're teaching you. A lot of times online, you have the professors that are just the internet gurus that haven't actually implemented anything that they're teaching. All they have is the theory behind the topic that they're teaching. So if you don't follow this kind of step-by-step process, then you risk being taken advantage by some of those people that are preying on the desperate. It's really not necessary to invest in a mentor until you first learn the basics. So there's actually a lot of different kinds of mentors, and some of them are free. So how do you go about choosing? Well, you could start out with studying the information from deceased entrepreneurs. People like Steve Jobs, Andrew Carnegie, George Eastman, Henry Ford. You could study books, documentaries, interviews with these people. You could look at all their content and all the information that's online about them and really absorb their thought processes and absorb all their knowledge. There might be some controversial topics that they are a part of, some articles that you could look up. There's tons of information that you can pick a dead mentor to study from and learn from. Just because these entrepreneurs passed away doesn't mean that they didn't leave behind an incredible legacy and incredible information that you could learn from. I've done that a ton. Now, the other method is you could look for online mentors. Be careful with this one because there's a lot of bullshit out there like I've been talking about. But there's a lot of successful entrepreneurs that are putting out content and not really asking anything in return. They actually earn money in the back end by building their personal brand. You could check out podcasts, YouTube videos, blogs, all sorts of content, and all you have to do is find them online and find who resonates with you and follow their content. There's tons of free stuff. I've done this for 2 years. Just be careful of some of the online gurus out there that are actually making their living just selling bullshit when they're actually just professors in the game. They don't have any knowledge that they've actually implemented on their own. A couple online mentors that come to mind when I was writing this out is Patrick Bet-David, Andy Frisella, Gary Vaynerchuk. These are just a few. They're some of my favorite. There's tons. But you could find online entrepreneurs that you resonate with the most and just follow them. Remove everybody else from your life on social media. I've removed everybody, and I've surrounded myself with only the content of successful entrepreneurs that I really resonate with and I look up to. Because you all know how when, say, you're surrounded by a group of friends all the time, you guys kind of pick up each other's habits. We adapt to our surroundings as human beings. It stems all the way back to when we were living in packs, that you'd kind of have to adapt to your surroundings, adapt with the pack that you're living with so everybody could get along, everybody would be safe, and everybody had a job, and it's just what you gotta do. And you gotta be a sponge and absorb all that information. This is a really good one. I got these ideas by Patrick Bet-David. You could consider finding a local business. Now, I haven't really been able to do this so much because I've been in Philippines. I haven't really thought about that. That was a really good idea by Patrick. But you literally can find local businesses, somebody that's making like $500,000 per year, and go there and absorb information from them. Don't show up and say, hey, will you mentor me? Don't be selfish and approach these people with only a benefit for yourself. These people are busy. They're already pretty successful. You need to bring them some kind of value to give them really some reason to waste their time helping you. And this local business can be anything. And it could be literally a local business, a physical business where somebody's really successful. Don't forget to get offline and see, maybe it's a liquor store, maybe it's a gas station, somebody that's making a lot of money per year that's above you. Could be super beneficial. Now, this one's probably the most powerful ones you could possibly have, is actually being able to shadow an entrepreneur and like be side by side with them and learn from them, take notes, be in the meetings with them if they're having meetings at their business, and be able to literally watch their mannerisms. You should be doing this with all the entrepreneurs. Figure out their mannerisms. How do they speak? What's their thought processes? You want to emulate these people as much as possible, because the way that their brain is spinning is different than yours, is different than a lot of people, and it's allowed them to be successful. So if you ever have the opportunity to actually shadow someone, now this isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to take a lot of time and effort and a lot of finesse, but you just need to be able to get your foot in the door and kind of be able to just get in there and be like, hey, maybe I could sweep up for you, give me, can I clean your shop, something. You got to actually show these people that you could bring them value for free. They don't owe you anything. So you got to get creative and think, how can you bring them value and show them that you're truly serious in exchange for them giving you some time and some guidance. So at the end of the day, you just have to find somebody that you respect and really resonate with and figure out a way to kind of slither in and approach them with not really an agenda. There's a certain mindset that you have to have, is not desperation, but just willingness to work, patience, and ultimately kind of show them how serious you are. It's so very important. I get asked all the time, just straight up, hey, will you be my mentor? No, I'm not gonna be your mentor, dude. Show me that you really want me to be your mentor, and then maybe I'll give you some guidance. Maybe if you actually were a part of my YouTube channel and, you're engaging on my content and, you're a part of my world and you're serious about your success, and then maybe I will go out of my way to give you some guidance and additional mentorship. But so many people approach other people just asking, hey, will you be my mentor, and not providing any value whatsoever to the entrepreneur that they're asking mentorship from. You sort of got to get in the ecosystem of the person that you resonate with and ultimately want to have as a mentor. I have somebody in mind for myself that is exactly where I want to be and where I've always wanted to be. I've never had any kind of mentor throughout life. I never had like a dad that was a mentor and gave me any guidance. So throughout my adult life, actually starting at like 16 when I first had a job, I kind of naturally found mentors in the management and the older men that I was working with. I found people that I resonated with that could kind of give me some guidance in life and would actually kind of take me under their wing. Because at the end of the day, I think most people are generous and they want to see other people succeed. But you can't go in with a selfish agenda and expect somebody just to waste their time because you asked them for it. Me, for example, I'm about to spend several $1,000s just to be able to join the ecosystem of the person I want mentorship from. I'm not even getting direct mentorship from this person. I'm just spending several $1,000s so I could get my foot in the door and be a part of his ecosystem. And from there, I could work my way in organically. And if I'm lucky, maybe after months and months from now, I'll be able to provide him some kind of value in exchange for a little bit of guidance here and there. Whether it's just, sweeping his house just so I could be around him, or mowing his lawn or something like that. I don't know. We'll see as the months go along. But you have to be willing to put some kind of skin in the game if you want to actually receive mentorship from your dream mentor. So many people aren't even willing to invest in themselves. And if you're not willing to invest in your dream mentor's ecosystem and be a part of his family, it's going to be very difficult to obtain any kind of mentorship from them. Because financial investments is an indication that somebody's serious and they have some skin in the game, because when you actually pay for something, psychologically, you take it more serious. That's why you see so often successful people charging money for mentorship. That is so that you could weed out everybody that is not actually serious. All the tire kickers and stuff like that. Now, the person I'm going after and pursuing for mentorship, I might not be able to achieve this for months and months, maybe years. And he's not even selling mentorship. So it's going to take a lot of finessing and a lot of patience to be able to achieve this. And I'm spending several $1,000s in his ecosystem to be able to, show that I'm serious and obtain that knowledge that brings me up to a level where he's willing to mentor me. And even then, me spending the money that's several $1,000s to get into his ecosystem, nothing's guaranteed. So at the end of the day, you really got to figure out a way to provide some kind of value, show that you have some kind of skin in the game if you truly want a mentor. Maybe you don't want a mentor. Maybe you want to go, you could study deceased. You could find online mentors that aren't charging anything. But eventually, you're going to want to be able to actually get a direct mentor when you get to that level. But some of you guys might still be on the first step here, and that's okay. Just slowly work your way up, and then by the time you get to the upper steps, it'll make sense, and it'll feel natural to go ahead and invest in the ecosystem or invest in mentorship. And by the time you're at the higher steps, then you'll actually have more knowledge, and you'll be able to not be taken advantage of by some of the slimy marketing gurus that are out there just bullshitting. And one more thing, I just was checking my notes here. You gotta respect the person's time and space. Remember, they don't owe you anything. Respect their time. Their time is the most valuable thing they have when they have all the money they could ever want. Respect their time as being incredibly valuable, and respect their time as being the biggest asset that they have, and just take that into consideration when you're communicating with them. And respect their space because they're very busy. Nobody wants you hounding them. Respect their space and do plenty of research on particular topics so that you are burnt out and you've done everything you could possibly find online before you actually take the time to ask this person a question. And nothing pisses me off more when I'm mentoring somebody and helping somebody and they don't actually take my advice and they don't actually do anything that I'm teaching them. That's the quickest way for me to understand that you are not serious whatsoever. I hope that's helpful, guys. Remember, this is the most important part. See what level you're on and then find a mentor that is at a slightly higher level than you. Don't worry so much about spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for the top level. It's just not going to work out for anyone. Slowly work your way up the ladder, approaching and working and obtaining mentorship from people that are just a little higher level of you as things go on. Let it all happen organically, be patient, and go kick some ass, all right? Peace out.